Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin once again. Thank you for support. Okay, big up the CoinsKid crew. So right now, Bitcoin really is fearful, isn't it? Everyone's really fearful here, and I'm seeing a lot of the alts sell off into Bitcoin at the moment as well. You know, a lot of the alts are actually bleeding against Bitcoin, and the Bitcoin dominance is actually rising at the moment. So that always sort of signifies that Bitcoin's about to do a move, basically. So look, we've got this key level of resistance just there. That Bitcoin, look, we bottomed out down here. Okay, we had that wick down there on this swing low. Didn't quite come to this swing low, and that's why my primary target was always this swing low, because like I've taught you, okay, once you lose a swing high, you get caught between the swing high, swing low, and you do usually come down to test the swing low, and that's exactly what's happened here. Okay, so we've come down, we've actually filled this wick just here, okay, rallied into this resistance, just like I said to you, open a short on this point just there, boom, ride it down to the swing low, beautiful. Okay, so that was an amazing trade. Okay, and it was exactly the same trade that I gave everybody just there way back in June. Okay, because we did exactly the same, rallied into the swing low, swing high, sorry, and then we came down eventually to the swing low, and at that point we started to come back up into resistance, come back down, filled this wick. Everyone was really fearful, but we actually traced to a nominal level of support, and that's where we got the spring, basically, the kick out of there, and Bitcoin got to kick up its arse and continue to the upside. Now at that point, Bitcoin just here, it broke key levels in the RSI and a trend line when it started to break out to the upside. So you know, there are no guarantees that this particular scenario is playing out identical to this, and it will do this, but so far it is. So this is why, you know, I did post this on Twitter almost 4 weeks ago and pinned it on my Twitter that we've got a bit of a cheat sheet here potentially, you know, moving forward. So we are mirroring it, and a lot of people are catching on to this scenario, which I've been talking about for so long right now. Okay, we've got the wick which didn't fill the swing low, we came up, rallied into the resistance of the swing high. Okay, we've broken out that resistance, had basically a little fake out. We've came back into the pattern, that creating a throwback, and with that we've filled this swing low down here. Okay, and we're slowly but surely under resistance coming down to it, as we did here. Now there is a target I'm going to give you, but if you look at this, okay, look at this trend line. Now do you remember this trend line was a key trend line as we're falling down here? I said as soon as you break this trend line, you're confirming an impulsive break to the upside, because you're confirming a breakout. You're going to break that high, and that's where you met the 1618 target, and that was an amazing trade that I gave everybody. Look, absolutely met the 1618 target like a boss. Look, before retracing, you know, 51498, and that was a monster trade off this low down here. That was a whopping trade of around about 78% for Bitcoin. Okay, so like I said to you, you put cheeky bids on the swing low down here at 2800, target met on the absolute dollar, and just there I've said to you, put some cheeky bids down here on this swing low, okay, at 39655 with stop losses, and right now it looks as though potentially Bitcoin is mirroring this. It is until it isn't. Okay, so you know, obviously if we start to lose this low and come down, I'm going to give you another target where I do think you'll get some cheeky bids in, and we'll get a liquidity grab, because obviously, you know, it just because it's doing it doesn't have any guarantees. This is why you always set stop losses, and you know, nothing is certain, but so far it is. It's ridiculous. You know, we've come down here, almost filled this swing low, came back up, created this trend line as we did here. Okay, then we came up, retested this channel. At this point I said to you, open a short, because you're going to ride it all the way down to this swing low, and that was a whopping short that I gave everybody. Okay, I think it was over Christmas that I gave everybody that. Yeah, look at that, 23% short. TP, take your profit, close it, because you come down to the technical target, which was the swing low. Okay, and right now open a lovely little long up on this low, sorry, with a stop loss. Obviously always set stop losses in either direction. Okay, and right now we're building up just like we did here, coming back to key support under resistance of this trend line. Okay, so for me, once you break this trend line here, this trend line that you're coming down, look, you see that you held it support a little bit there, came down, filled the wick down the swing low, run into resistance. Now right now everyone's getting really fearful again, but what we're looking for is some kind of spring event. Okay, so once we break up and break this trend line, you're going to be in an impulsive break target to retrace to this high. Okay, and like I said to you, once you take out that high, you're going to be in a beautiful impulsive break target off this low, and this would have been an amazing long opportunity. Always obviously set stop losses, because it can go either way, but right there you start to come up and you break this trend line, I would imagine that you're increasing the chances of retracing to this high, and with that you put an impulsive break target to 61,769, and buying the fear and the blood and depression was the best thing you can do here. Obviously there's no guarantees, you know. I wish I had a crystal ball and could say with 100% certainty that this scenario is going to play out, but so far it is sort of coiling up for it, and it is sort of, the momentum is there, mirroring this level of accumulation as we are here. It's very symmetrical, you know, so we have to adhere to that at the minute, that's all we've got going for us, isn't it? Now, there is a key level support, which I'm going to show you. If you was to lose this low right now, okay, it would get quite nasty, but it might be a bit of a liquidity grab and a bit of a wick grab. I'm going to show you right now. This is the impulsive target if you lose this low, and this is where I do think you'll put some cheeky bids in. Now, I did give you this update the other day where I do think you'll get some cheeky bids in on this 1618 at $37,078. That's if you start to come down and lose this low. So if there's a sort of flash crash and Bitcoin does come down, you can see it's this swing low just there, which would be an amazing level of support. And at that point, that's where you start to come back up, breaking these highs, breaking this trend line. And at that point, when you break that trend line, you're on your way to the 1618 target up there, which would actually be quite deeper, to be honest with you. But we'll look at that when it comes. But so far, so good. Bitcoin, it is rolling over. It is trying to form this beautiful W bottom pattern, as it did here. Look, we've got the beautiful W bottom pattern, which we were targeting as well. But to be fair, you know, without coming up and breaking that key resistance of this beautiful W bottom pattern, we'd already broken a key level resistance just there at this trend line. Do you see that? And that's exactly what we're doing just there. We had a bit of a fake out, throw back into the pattern, boom, 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 boom. We come down, we break that trend line. You're increasing the probability of retracing, and then putting an impulsive break target there. And this was a monster trade from that low with stop losses just there that I gave everybody, like I did in the summer. It's a 55% long up, and that was a almost 80% long up before rolling to the 1618 and retracing. Because right now what we're looking for here is this scenario to play out, this bounce to come up, retrace to this high, and at that point, if it starts to come back down and it loses this low, then like I said to you, that's your confirmation of a bear market, because you're creating lower highs and then lower lows, okay, on the macro time frames here. So that's basically Bitcoin. You know, for me, I opened a beautiful little long up down here on Bybit with stop losses. You can do all this on Bybit. The link's in every single video description. Always set stop losses, okay, and don't over leverage. But this could be an absolute beast when everyone's fearful right now for Bitcoin, and it's just playing out as identical to what it did in the summer there, the Wyckoff accumulation. You know, we're looking for this spring, aren't we? But like I said to you, once you break this level of resistance here, this trend line, this could be a really, really massive signal moving forward for Bitcoin, as this was in the summer. Okay, take care everyone. Hope you enjoyed that little update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned, and thank you for your support. Bye bye.